Please do not overlook waking up twice or 3 times per night to urinate, because what appears to be a little bladder problem could actually be a silent warning from your prostate. And the longer it goes unnoticed, the more it can rob you of sleep, energy, and even confidence. As a urologist with over 20 years of experience treating elders in India and the United States, I've seen far too many men suffer quietly, believing it's natural with age. However, it is not necessarily about age, and, in many circumstances, it can be alleviated or even reversed with a simple alteration in your regular routine. Today, I'll show you 5 potent fruits. That's right, 5 things that science has now proven can help shrink and expand the prostate, minimize nocturia, and restore restful sleep naturally. But before we begin, I'd like to hear from you. Where are you watching from? And what time is it now? Please type it in the comments. I genuinely care about your tale. And if you found this material useful, please subscribe to this channel so you never miss the next simple science back tip designed specifically for seniors like you. Let we begin. My dear older, if you are a male over the age of 60 and find yourself waking up once, twice, or even 3 times per night to pass urine, you are not alone. Many elders in India's homes, from Ahmedabad to Madurai, are discreetly dealing with this issue. Most people believe it's simply the result of becoming older. However, this is not the whole truth. Allow me to carefully explain what is truly going on inside your body, taking into account your previous experiences. Every guy has a tiny gland inside his body that is around the size of a walnut. It rests directly below the bladder and wraps around the urethra, the tube that transports pee out. This gland is known as the prostate. And as you get older, particularly around the age of 60, it naturally begins to expand. This disorder is referred to as BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia. It's not cancer, it is not life-threatening. However, it might disturb your peace in a variety of ways. A developing prostate puts pressure on your urethra, reducing urine flow. It tricked your bladder into thinking it was full, even though there was only a small amount of urine within. This explains why you feel compelled to return. Even after you've left, you still feel like something is missing. Worst of all, it awakens you in the middle of the night, when your body should be sleeping and rebuilding itself. Now you may be wondering why the prostate swells like whey. The solution is a combination of things. As men become older, their testosterone levels gradually diminish. At the same time, estrogen and inflammation are silently increasing. Also, as we age, blood flow to the lower pelvis weakens, resulting in the prostate receiving less oxygen and nutrients. Consider it your summer garden. If water does not reach the roots equally, one patch swells while the other dries, and nothing feels right. Your body remains the same. It requires equilibrium. When that equilibrium is disrupted, you not only lose sleep, but your mind and body begin to feel the effects. According to studies, disturbed sleep elevates cortisol, the stress hormone. High cortisol levels damage your immune system, make you weary during the day, cause you to forget things, and even impact your masculine drive and vitality. Mr. Ramesh, 68, a patient of mine, told me that he quit going for morning walks, not because of his legs, but because he was fatigued from waking up 5 times per night. He stated, "I feel like I'm aging faster than I should." But once he realized the true cause and made a few changes, his nights gradually became more serene. Dear friend, you do not have to live with this forever. When you realize what's going on, you may begin to regain control. And sometimes, understanding starts with a single quiet truth. Your body isn't broken, it's pleading for help. And that help can come not from fear or medications, but from gentle knowledge, little shifts, and a little support, as I shall demonstrate next. 5 other fruits that help with prostate and male hormones. Fruit 1. Cranberry, my beloved elder, has long been considered a lady's medicine. We often hear about it in relation to women's urinary health, particularly for the treatment of infections and bladder disorders. In fact, Many Indian houses serve cranberry juice to daughters and sisters, rather than fathers or grandfathers. But here's the quiet truth that most men have never heard. Cranberry isn't only for women. In recent years, compelling new research have proven that this simple red fruit can significantly assist men over the age of 60, particularly those who are silently suffering from an enlarged prostate. I understand it may sound surprising. You may be asking how a beverage designed for bladder problems will benefit my prostate. However, the answer rests in something extremely specific. Cranberries include a unique set of natural chemicals known as PACs, or pro-anthocyanidins type A. These PACs are more than just antioxidants. They are plant nutrients that specifically target inflammation at the root. Type A PACs are particularly effective because they can prevent certain germs and inflammatory substances from attaching to your prostate tissue. They assist to minimize the internal swelling that causes your bladder to feel perpetually full, even when there is very little urine. They also promote a smoother, stronger urine flow, which provides genuine relief to guys who are tired of trickling and halting every time they use the restroom. Let me tell you about Mr. Sharma of Surat. He is 67 years old and used to get up 5 or 6 times per night to urinate. He felt embarrassed even talking about it with his wife. He assumed it was just old age. But after a quiet talk during his annual checkup, we added one modest alteration to his routine: a glass of unsweetened cranberry juice every evening. 6 weeks later, he called me, his voice filled with serene joy. "Doctor, I only wake up once. My nights are quieter. My body seems to be working with me rather than against me." He did not take any new medications. He did not entirely adjust his diet. He only modified one basic behavior, and it affected his sleep, energy, and even his mood. And his story is not unusual. In clinical trials, males who drank pure cranberry extract or juice every day for 6 to 8 weeks experienced a 25 to 30% decrease in their IPSS scores. That is the International Prostate Symptom Score, a medical scale used to assess prostate disorders. They also reported more flow, less cravings, and more restful sleep. These aren't theories. These are actual findings from real men like you. Now, you may be wondering how to properly consume cranberries. The solution is straightforward. You can consume half a cup of fresh cranberries per day, or drink around 240 milliliters of unsweetened cranberry juice. I repeat, unsweetened. The sugary liquids available in most supermarket aisles will cause more harm than benefit. If you choose packaged juice, read the label. Make sure it reads 100% pure, no added sugar. If fresh berries are not available in your area, you can try cranberry capsules or extract. However, always ask your doctor first, especially if you are using blood thinners. Dear Elder, I understand how difficult it is to discuss these issues. Waking up several times every night, organizing trips around restrooms, and feeling less in control of your own body. These aren't insignificant issues. They have an impact on your peace of mind, dignity, and, on occasion, relationships. But there's good news. You're not powerless. Your body is still listening. It is waiting for careful support. Sometimes that support comes in the form of a small fruit in a small glass. So, before you try another sleeping drug or simply accept that this is a natural part of aging, consider giving your body what it genuinely requires. 1 glass per day. 1 step closer to having peaceful, assured nights. Because you still deserve to rest. You still deserve strength. Cranberry may well be your silent ally on that quest. 2 red grapes, a tasty fruit with a powerful therapeutic secret. My dear Elder, many of us grew up thinking of red grapes as a summer delight. We ate them cold in steel bowls passed from hand to hand on scorching afternoons. But what most of us didn't realize was that these lovely little fruits contain a strong ingredient that silently supports your prostate, hormones, and cognition. It's called Resveratrol. The skin of red grapes contains Resveratrol, a natural antioxidant. It has been extensively researched around the world, and experts now know that it plays an important role in supporting male health after 60. How? By lowering inflammation, harmonizing hormones, and boosting blood flow, particularly in age-related tissues such as the prostate. In older men, testosterone levels frequently drop. Simultaneously, persistent low-grade inflammation increases. This causes weariness, weaker urine flow, and in some cases, emotional disturbances. However, resveratrol acts in the background, soothing inflammation and promoting the body's natural testosterone production. Let me tell you the story of Mr. Vivek, 69, from Jaipur. He hadn't felt like himself for months. Little energy, bad sleep, and little desire for intimacy. His grandson noted that he was avoiding morning walks. I proposed only one change: one handful of red grapes every afternoon. Within a month, his voice became firmer. His sleep quality had improved. He grinned more frequently. If you prefer juice, choose pure red grape juice without additional sugar. But eating the grapes whole, skin on, is even better. Aim for 1 to 2 cups per day. Keep it consistent. This is not a miraculous cure. It is a subtle nudge from nature to make you feel more grounded, confident, and like yourself. 3 apples. The ordinary fruit that discreetly protects your prostate. We've all heard the proverb, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." But behind this short sentence is actual, proven wisdom, particularly for older men. Apples contain quercetin, a flavonoid that has a potent anti-inflammatory effect on the prostate. As men age, their prostate gradually becomes more reactive. It expands in reaction to hormones, stress, and inadequate circulation. This swelling doesn't simply disturb your sleep. It might also make you feel older than your age. But quercetin has the ability to calm those hyperactive cells. It restores the prostate's normal size and function without the need of harsh medications or intrusive surgeries. Mr. Rajan, 64, of Coimbatore, informed me he was waking up 3 times a night. He was fatigued during the day and had quit visiting the temple's bhajan group. I suggested something really simple: 1 apple in the morning and 1 after dinner each day. He chose crisp red apples, left the peel on, and created a peaceful ceremony. After 6 weeks, he told Dr. Saab, "I sleep like I did 10 years ago." Apples also help to regulate blood sugar and hormone levels, which are closely linked to prostate health. Their fiber aids digestion, while the antioxidants protect all cells, including those in your prostate gland. When possible, opt for fresh, locally grown apples. Wash them thoroughly, but do not peel them. The skin contains the majority of the quercetin. This fruit requires very little to sustain itself for 1 day. However, it provides comfortable sleep, easier urination, and the comfort of feeling normal again. Avocado is a fruit rich in healthful fats that your hormones crave. Avocados continue to be unfamiliar in many Indian kitchens. Some elderly shun them because they think they are greasy and strange. However, for men over the age of 60, avocados may be one of the finest companions they can add to their diet. This creamy green fruit contains Beta-sitosterol, a plant component that has been shown to alleviate symptoms of an enlarged prostate. It helps by lowering inflammation, increasing urine flow, and relieving overnight urgency. It also naturally promotes testosterone production, which many guys struggle with but are unwilling to discuss. Let me tell you about Uncle Suresh, a 70-year-old Mumbai resident. He had trouble sleeping due to frequent urinating. He also felt dull and unmotivated during the day. After we discussed diet possibilities, he agreed to eat half an avocado with his lunch every day. He mashed it into flatbread with a touch of salt and lemon. Within 4 weeks, he was only waking up once per night. He described it as if someone had turned the dial back 5 years. Avocados also include monounsaturated fats, which help your body use hormones more efficiently. These healthy fats are necessary for muscle strength, mood regulation, and even memory. Begin with half to a single avocado per day. You may slice it into a salad, mash it on toast, or mix it with dal for a creamy side. Keep things simple. Avocados are easy to digest, don't raise blood sugar, and feed your body from the inside out. For many men, this small green fruit becomes a quiet yet strong companion on their path to greater health. 5. Tomatoes are the most researched fruit for prostate recovery. Tomatoes may be the most studied and strong fruit in terms of prostate health. The secret is lycopene, a deep red chemical. Lycopene is a natural antioxidant that does not just float through the bloodstream. It concentrations more in the prostate gland than anywhere else in the body. There, it fights inflammation, protects cells from harm, and aids in the reduction of swelling that causes nighttime bathroom excursions. Allow me to relate a story from Chennai. Mr. Ganesh, 72, came in concerned because his PSA levels were rising, indicating stress or enlargement in the prostate. Instead of medication, we attempted a food-first approach. I asked him to eat cooked tomatoes 5 times a week, along with tomato soup, tomato rice, and simple roasted tomatoes. He did not make any further changes. 6 months later, his PSA levels stabilized, his sleep improved, and his sense of calm returned. However, there is one key point to note. Lycopene becomes more potent when tomatoes are cooked. So, while fresh tomato salad is nice, tomato rasam, sambar, or sabzi is even better. Heat unlocks lycopene, making it up to 4 times more absorbable. Try mixing tomato paste, tomato puree, or tomato chutney into your normal meals. Aim for 5 to 7 servings each week. Your body does not require major alterations. Just consistent support, the type that food can provide. Tomatoes also contain vitamin C, potassium, and folate, which promote heart health, neuron function, and cell repair. And because the heart and prostate are inextricably linked in older men, this single fruit serves as a natural bridge to healthier aging. Fruit synergy. When simple foods work together to provide effective prostate treatment. My dear older, by now you may be thinking, yes, these fruits sound beneficial. But how can 1 or 2 simple products make such a significant difference? The answer is something called synergy, a simple yet effective idea. When certain items are combined correctly, their effect is significantly bigger than what they do alone. It's like cooking. One spice enhances flavor. However, when you add the perfect combination of jeera, turmeric, and hings, the dish transforms. Similarly, these 5 fruits, cranberry, red grapes, apple, avocado, and tomato, form a natural healing squad for your body. Each one focuses on a different area. Cranberry decreases inflammation in the prostate. Red grapes enhance circulation and testosterone levels. Apples relax the bladder and regulate hormones. Avocados nourish the endocrine system and minimize edema. And lycopene-rich tomatoes preserve your prostate cells and allow you to sleep uninterrupted. Together, they gently support your prostate, sleep, mind, and confidence on a daily basis. And the greatest part is that you don't have to follow any strict diet, consume strange herbs, or give up your favorite dal or roti. You simply need to remain consistent. Let me demonstrate a simple routine that many elders have adopted with ease. Start your morning with 1 medium apple and a small glass of unsweetened cranberry juice, 200 to 240 milliliters. This softly primes your bladder and hormones for the day. If you prefer warm drinks, eat the apple and drink the juice at room temperature. There's no need to refrigerate. At lunch, top your roti with a small dish of red grapes or half an avocado, mashed. If avocados are not available in your area, try using a teaspoon of cold-pressed flaxseed oil into your sabzi. It contains comparable fats. Include some type of cooked tomato in your evening dinner. Tomato chutney, rasam, sambar, or roasted tomato with jeera all help to release lycopene into your body immediately before you go to bed. This one supplement can help to quiet your prostate and lessen the amount of times you urinate at night. Let me tell you the story of Ravi G, 68 years old and from Hyderabad. He had been getting up 3 to 4 times per night, pacing across the room barefoot and half asleep to pass a few drops of urine. He felt exhausted during the day and lost interest in his garden and newspaper reading. When we offered this simple 3-meal fruit program, he smiled and remarked, "Doctor, this is something I can handle. No medications, no limitations, just normal habits." And after only 4 weeks, he saw something astonishing. He was now sleeping for 6 hours straight, Waking only once, he returned to his morning stroll with a lighter step, saying, "I feel like my body is no longer fighting itself." That, my dear friend, is what food synergy can accomplish. It doesn't require much, just a little plate, a peaceful mind, and some discipline. When eaten with care and rhythm, these fruits provide more than just nourishment. They transform into natural, quiet medicine. So, whether you've been battling with interrupted sleep, weak urine flow, or silent concerns about your prostate, remember that you don't have to address everything at once. You only need to start with one apple, one tomato, one shift at a time, and your body, which has served you for decades, will respond gently and gratefully. My beloved elder, if you have followed me on this path, please know that you have already taken the first and most crucial step, not by taking a medicine or scheduling a test, but rather by choosing to listen. When you start listening to your body, something lovely begins to shift quietly, delicately, and without effort. Because the truth is, not everything requires medication or surgery. Sometimes mending starts with something as simple as half an avocado for lunch or a glass of unsweetened cranberry juice before nightfall. Sometimes it starts with an apple in your hand in the morning, or with the choice to only prepare tomato rasam twice per week. These things may appear mundane, but for a body over 60, they can restore deep slumber, consistent energy, and the familiar sense of control. After the age of 60, the body whispers rather than shouts. It does not demand change. It patiently awaits support. And when you give it a little attention, it reacts with deep gratitude, better sleep, fewer bathroom trips, and greater clarity in your thinking. All of this stems from understanding, not punishment or fear. So today, I ask you to start small. Choose just one of the 5 fruits we tried together: cranberries, red grapes, apples, avocados, and tomatoes. Try it daily for the following 7 days. There's no need to change your entire diet. There's no need to skip your favorite subzi or roti. Simply add one new ally to your roster. Consider how your nights feel. Observe your mornings. Are you waking up less? Is your stream stronger? Is your mind somewhat clearer? Because this is how genuine change occurs. In modest, steady ripples, rather than in large, startling waves. Let me tell you what I told Ravi Ji from Hyderabad when he inquired whether it was too late to feel better. I said, "You're not getting old. You're simply being asked to care for your body in a new way." And he did. The effects were not miracles, but relief. And my friend, relief is a type of freedom. So, if this film moved you, if it even gave you a glimmer of hope, I'd love to hear from you. Please include the word hope in the comments. It may feel little, but for someone else reading it today, your word could be the light they were looking for. And if you want more plain realities conveyed kindly and with care, then subscribe to this channel. Click the bell symbol to ensure you never miss a message intended specifically for elders like you across India. Because this channel is not solely about information, it's about connection, about going beside you at your own pace. With equal parts love and science, may your nights get quieter. May your mornings seem light, and may your heart always remember that it is never too late to start again. Namaste.